Welcome to Yoga with Seraphina. For today's class, please find a seated position on your mat. Both sits bones on the ground, lengthen your spine, and drop your shoulders. As you breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, I invite you to notice the sounds and sensations in the space around you and in your body. For the next hour, we'll focus together on strength, balance, and relaxation. Inhaling your arms up above your head, draw your hands into heart center. Inhale your arms back up and reach your hands behind you to clasp your fingers and open your shoulders and your chest. Reaching your left arm down and your right arm up, opening up your chest, your shoulders. Other side. Inhale both arms up, and again, open to your right, reaching your left hand over to your right knee, right arm to the back, sitting up tall, breathing deeply, reaching to the other side, dropping your left arm behind you, your right arm to your left knee, and opening up. Breathing deeply. Reaching your arms up above your head, back to prayer center, and slowly begin drawing circles with your torso. First in one direction and then the other. And finding cat-cow, slowly in a seated position, arching, and rounding your spine. Arms up. Reaching around your body to give yourself a big hug as you're starting your class. Feeling that own love, that energy. Slowly rotating your neck in one direction, all the way around again, and opposite direction, finding 2 slow circles once more. Lifting your head up and back down. Good. Reaching your arm behind you to clasp your hands here. If your hands don't reach, you can grab a piece of material, a band. Eventually they will meet. Sitting up tall, opening your chest, gaze to the sky. Good, dropping your hands and reaching other side. Reaching your legs back, finding a nice tabletop position on your mat. Knees below your hips, wrists below your shoulders, and begin finding cat-cow, rounding and arching your spine. I like to move really slowly here, moving each vertebra one by one, slowly waking up your body. Good. Picking up your knees by 2 inches, pushing your hands into the floor, and beginning to find heat in your core, zipping up through the midline, squeezing your belly button, holding here. Good. Lower your knees and reaching your right arm up, thread the needle through. Draw your right cheek and shoulder blade to the mat. You should feel a nice twist and stretch here. Reach your right arm back to the sky and lower to the mat. Other side. Left arm comes up and thread the needle through. Left cheek and shoulder blade come down to the mat. Deep breaths. Reaching your left arm back to the sky and place it back to your mat. And we'll come into a tall plank. Sending energy all the way out the heels and the bottoms of your feet, back to the back of your mat. Finding one straight line, zipping up your core. Pushing into your knuckles, all 10 fingers and not just your palms. Good. Lowering your knees, take a child's pose. Sitting back on your heels, reaching your arms in front of you. Let the mat hold you here. Rest. Slowly move forward, coming back to your tabletop and shifting back to tall plank. Once more building strength here, beginning to feel your abdominals working together. Feeling fire come into your body. Hold. Drop your knees, and this time reach your arms forward and your chest forward. Gaze comes to the front of your mat, lifting your tailbone high for a puppy pose. This should feel like a nice stretch for your back. Good. Shifting back towards your heels and reaching your arms behind you to grab your ankles for Ustrasana Camel, opening up your chest and your shoulder blades, reaching your gaze up and back. Breathe. Good. Shifting back forward and coming to neutral tabletop. And up, down to downward facing dog. Begin pedaling out your heels, lifting one foot and then the other. Drawing your elbows by your ears, your weight into your fingertips, into your knuckles and not just your palms. Dropping your head, drawing your chest toward the mat, lifting your tailbone up as you continue to pedal. Good. Walk your feet up toward your hands and hold in your Forward fold. Good. Grab for opposite elbows and shift side to side here, letting any tension go from your upper back, from your neck, from your shoulders, dropping your head. Lowering your hands back to the mat. Bending your right knee and placing your right palm onto the mat, opening up your left arm to the ceiling. Gaze is up. Open your shoulders. Good. Breathing deeply here. Dropping your left hand on the floor and reaching your right arm up. Gaze again comes to the right or up toward the sky. Deep breath. Lower your right arm down. Good. And slowly roll all the way up, vertebra by vertebra, until you're in your Tadasana, your standing mountain pose. Arms come up and draw back down to prayer. Reaching your arms by your side, settling into your practice. Come to the top of your mat, micro bend in your knees, and reach your right leg up for tree, bringing your foot either to your ankle just below your knee or just above your knee. Hands at prayer center. Opening up your right hip to the side, your left foot grounding into the mat, your right foot grounding into your left standing leg, and inhale your arms up above your head, tree branches out. Find your drishti, your gaze, somewhere not moving in the space ahead of you. Finding your balance and lower. Good. Shake it out and we'll go to the other side. Lifting your left leg up, either to your ankle, just below your knee, or just above your knee. Opening up that hip, squaring to the floor. Breathe. When you're ready, arms come up. Good job. Deep breaths, hands to prayer, and shake it out. Inhale your arms above your head. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up, half lift. Exhale, step your feet back. Downward facing dog. Lower your knees, your chest, your chin, and inhale into a low baby cobra. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Again, pedaling out your heels and jumping to the front of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, arms above your head, and exhale to prayer center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or hop back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lower chaturanga, upward facing dog. And exhale, back behind you, our first vinyasa. In your downward dog, pause here and lift your right leg into a three-legged dog, bending at the knee, and begin to draw in circles with that right leg, drawing huge circles with your hip, first in one direction and then the other, opening everything up here. Step your right foot forward. And pause to bounce in your low runner's lunge, letting any tension out of your body, out of your hips. Gaze is forward or down. Inhale your right arm up. Zip up your midline, zip up your core, lower your right hand down, and reach your right arm behind you to grab your left toe, opening up your shoulder. If this is too much today, you can stay in our previous pose, letting go, and shifting back downward dog. Take a vinyasa. Good, other side. Inhale your left foot up and back into a three-legged dog, bending at the knee and drawing big circles with that left hip. Good. Step your left foot through. Come into your low runner's lunge. Your foot between your hands, and again we'll find a nice small bounce. Letting any tension out of the body, out of the hamstrings, the hips. And reaching that left arm up. We'll find a nice stretch here. Lowering back down, reaching that left hand behind you to grab your right toe. Opening up your chest, your shoulders. Breathe. Let go of your foot. And push back, downward facing dog. Good, take a vinyasa. Pushing back, take a child's pose, rest. Good. Push back to downward dog. And lifting your right leg back and forward. Good. Drop your left knee to the ground and reach your arms up. Take a nice stretch here. Zipping up your core, pulling in your navel. Good, arms back to the ground. Back to downward dog and take a vinyasa. Other side, left leg up. And step your foot between your hands. Lowering your right knee to the ground. Reach your arms up. Draw your navel in. Breathe. Breathe. And lower your arms. Step your left foot back, downward facing dog, and take a vinyasa. Pushing back to downward dog. Reach your right foot up and step it through between your hands. Inhale your arms up. Breathe. Reaching your arms behind you, clasp your hands, and shift forward for humble warrior. Zipping up your midline, pulling in your navel. Breathe. And shifting back up. Lower your arms to the mat, step your right foot back, and take a vinyasa. Good, meet in downward dog. And left leg goes up, reaching up and through, stepping between your hands, reaching your arms up once more. Breathe. Again, reaching your arms behind you, clasp your fingers, and shift forward for humble warrior. Reaching your arms back up, place them down on the mat, step your left foot back, and take a vinyasa. Lower your knees to the mat, shifting back on your heels. Take a breath and reach your palms behind you to touch at the very center of your back. Close your eyes, lower your chin, pull in your navel, and breathe. Reach your arms up above your head, lower to prayer center. Shift your arms forward and reach one arm back and then the other to your ankle, opening your chest and your heart for Ustrasana Camel. Shift your gaze up and back, and reach your arms back forward. Shift back on your heels, and come back to a neutral tabletop, stepping each foot back for plank. Pause here in your tall plank, finding one straight line, sending energy out through the bottoms of your heels and lowering to a forearm plank. Squeezing up your zip line, your midline, holding your abdominals. Breathe. Slowly building heat in your body, pushing your hands back up to tall plank. Stay with this heat and shift back to downward dog. Finding a moment to stretch and pause. And shift your weight forward, step or hop to the front of your mat. Inhale to a half lift and lower to a forward fold. Slowly roll up vertebra by vertebra. Head and shoulders come up last. Good, and we'll reset. Stepping to the front of your mat. Inhale your left hand forward, reaching your right hand back to grab your foot, and moving into Natarajasana, dancer's pose. Slowly shifting your weight forward, kicking back your foot, squaring your hips to the mat, pulling in your navel, finding all four corners of your standing leg. Good. Finding your drishti on any point of focus in front of you, something that's not moving. Inhale your arms up and lower to your side. Our drishti is our focus. So finding our focus on a space and the space around us. something that's not moving so we can balance with it. Reaching our left leg up and back, finding balance. Good, breathe. And slowly lowering our left leg back down. Inhale your arms up. Lower to prayer. Let your palms face forward, eyes closed. Drop your shoulders. Breathe. Find your standing pose, your Tadasana, your mountain. Inhale, arms up above your head. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, palms to the floor, step back. Downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up and step it through, knee to nose. Inhale, push back. Good. Inhale again, right knee to nose, push back. Inhale, right knee to right elbow, and push back. Once more, inhale, right knee to left elbow, and push back. Step your foot all the way through. And inhale your arms up, Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1, open to Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Feeling both arms pulling in opposite directions. Dropping your shoulders. Reach your right hand forward and back. Reach your right elbow to your right knee, and left arm comes up for extended side angle. Gaze comes up toward the sky. You can feel that nice long stretch. If you'd like to shift your hands to touch for an even further stretch. Good, coming back up to Warrior 2. And placing your palms back on the floor, step your right foot back and take a vinyasa. Other side, lift your left leg up and step your left knee to nose, push back. Once more, left knee to nose, push back, exhale. Left knee to left elbow, push back. Left knee to right elbow, and push back. Step your left leg all the way through between your hands, and reach your arms up for Warrior 1, and open out for Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Breathe. Once again, feeling your arms pull in opposite directions. Lower your shoulders. And reach your left arm forward and back. And left elbow to left knee, reaching your right arm up for extended side angle. Shifting back to Warrior 2 and placing both hands on the floor, step your left foot back. Take a vinyasa. Walk your feet all the way to the front of the mat. Shift to a half lift and lower forward fold. Good, widen your stance. Bring both of your heels out to the corner edges of your mat and drop your sits bones down, coming into Malasana, Yogi Squat. Placing both of your elbows into your knees, lengthening your spine, dropping your tailbone to the ground. Letting the energy come out through the crown of your head, closing your eyes, palms together, breathe. Drop your shoulders. Rest. taking this moment to drop into your body and remember the sounds around you. Place both of your palms on the floor and step your feet back, downward facing dog. Shifting your right leg up and through, and walking your hands to the left side for a wide-legged forward fold, Pavrita Padottanasana. Dropping both of your forearms to the ground for a nice deep stretch. Good, and place your left hand into the center of your feet. Shifting your right arm up, your gaze comes to the sky for a nice twist. Lower your right arm and bring your right arm to the center while lifting your left arm up for a twist to the left. Lower your left arm to the ground, dropping both forearms to the ground for one final stretch here. And shifting your weight into your left foot for a Skandasana on the left side. Shifting to the right, Skandasana on the right. Breathe. And shifting back to wide-legged forward fold, reach your hands to your hips and lift up. Reaching your arms up above your head and dropping to a wide squat with goddess arms. Coming into goddess and raising up. Good. Inhaling when you move down and exhaling when you shift up. Reaching your hands back to your hips, lower back to wide-legged forward fold. Walk your hands to the front of the mat and reach your right leg back. Downward facing dog. Shifting forward, take a vinyasa. And as you pause here in your upward facing dog, lower your body all the way to the ground and slowly kick one foot up, finding your glute, and then the other. And reaching both hands back to grab your toes. And on your exhale, shift up for a full upward bow. Good, opening your shoulders, opening your chest. And exhale, drop your head to the other side. Rest. And once more, reaching your hands back to grab your feet. When you're ready, exhale to shift up for upward bow. Good, reach that gaze forward and back. Pushing your pelvis into the ground and lowering back, finding your resting position. Good. Pushing yourself up and onto your back. We'll shift here into some crunches. Reaching one knee up and then the other in toward your abdominals and grabbing for each knee with your hands, slowly rotating in circles in one direction and then the other, really opening up your hips. Clasp your hands behind your head and lower one leg and then the other, opposite elbow to knee for some crunches. Good. Feeling your lower back deep into the mat. And squeezing your abdominals, squeezing your core. Everything is working here. Building some heat. Good. Lower your head back to the floor and reach your legs up and back for happy baby, grabbing opposite sides of the feet. Taking this nice massage for your spine and lowering your feet back down. Lift it a few feet off the floor. Lower your hands to the floor. Good. And with your head lifted just a few inches, shifting one leg out and then the other. Squeezing the abdominals. Fingertips extended all the way out toward the bottom of your mat. Engaging your core. You got this. Good, and once more lifting your legs back behind you. Finding plow pose, dropping your hands to the floor. Your toes touching behind you on the ground. Your chin is tucked. Breathe. Good. Lowering your glutes all the way to the ground. Legs following. Good. And shifting to the side, coming onto your front and pushing up and back. Good. Downward facing dog. Begin pedaling out your feet, taking a moment here to readjust. And lower down. Finding your tall plank and shifting into your side, onto your left palm for Vashisthasana side plank. Lifting your right arm up. Feeling that pull from your right hip up toward the sky. Lower your right arm and then shift into your right side. Lifting your left arm up for Vashisthasana on the left. Good. Side plank. Breathe. Breathe. Stacking your feet on top of the other. And lowering your left arm down. Good job. Finding tall plank and shifting back to downward dog. Pedal it out. Reach your right leg back and step it through for fallen triangle. Right arm down on the floor, left arm up. Good. Lower back down. Reach your right leg back. And other side, left leg comes up and step it through, fallen triangle on the left. Reach that right arm up. Good. Breathe. And lower your right arm. Shift your left leg up and back. And take a vinyasa. Nice job. Right leg up and back. Step it through between your hands. And reach your arms up and to prayer. Moving into a balancing pose, our Warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3. We will slowly shift into our right leg, lifting our left leg up, keeping our hips squared to the mat, and finding balance on our right standing leg. You can keep your hands at prayer or reach them forward or back. Good. Lower your left leg down. Breathe. Arms up. And exhale down to your mat. Step your right leg back. And reach your left leg up, other side. Stepping through between your hands, reach your arms to prayer. And prepare to shift once more into Warrior 3 on the left, Virabhadrasana 3. Keeping that right foot flexed, hips squared, pulling in through your core, finding your balance, pushing into the ground with your left standing leg, and lower back down. Good, reach your arms up, and lower to the mat. Step your left foot back. Jump your foot forward, half lift, exhale, forward fold. Slowly inhale, vertebra by vertebra, all the way up to stand. Lowering your shoulders and head last. Inhale your arms up. Exhale to your sides. Step to the front of your mat. With your left hand on your hip and your right hand reaching for a yogi toe lock with your right big toe, extend your right leg. Breathe. Square your hips. Zipping up your navel, find your drishti, your point of focus, on the wall or on a part of the space in front of you. Good, and lower back down. Other side, right hand comes to your hip, left hand comes into a yogi toe lock for your left foot, and extend forward on the left. Breathe. Good, lower back down. Inhale, arms up above your head. And bend your knees for an Utkatasana chair pose. Extend your arms forward, draw into prayer, and reach your right elbow to your left knee for a nice twist. Good. Breathe. Inhale back to center, arms up, and twisting to the other side. Your left elbow comes to the outside of your right knee. Breathe. Good. Inhale to center, arms up and extended, and fold forward. With a deep breath, inhale back up to Utkatasana chair pose. Squeezing those thighs together, zipping up your navel, lowering, all the way until you sit on the ground. There we go. Slowly lifting one leg and then the other for Navasana boat pose. Squeezing in your core. If you'd like to extend your legs forward, you can. If you want, you can stay here with me. Finding your balance, keep breathing. And lower your feet back to the ground. Slowly, vertebra by vertebra, coming down to the mat. Good. With both feet planted onto the ground, clasp your hands underneath you. And shift your pelvis up for a bridge. Lower your hips down onto the mat. And place your hands by your head. If you'd like to come into a regular bridge, you're welcome to. If you'd like to join me in a full wheel, press into your palms and shift your weight up, reaching that pelvis to the sky. Your gaze is to the back of the mat, both feet planted. Hold. Good, and lower back down. Shifting your feet up and back behind you once more for plow pose. Bringing both hands to your waist. And we'll step into our inversion. So if you'd like to join me in a shoulder stand, you can lift one leg and then the other, finding our balance here in our shoulders, zipping up the midline, pointing our toes. If this feels like too much for today, you can sit against a wall and lift your legs up against the wall. You can come back into a bridge. Good, shifting our legs back down to plow. And begin to lower your legs down, grabbing opposite sides of your feet as they go for happy baby, and finding one last stretch of the spine, massaging out each vertebra. Rocking side to side, good. And lowering your legs all the way down to the mat. Preparing for your final pose, your Shavasana, corpse pose. I'll keep you here for a few minutes, and then I'll take you out. I'll mind the time. Breathe. I invite you to slowly step back into your body, wiggling your toes, your fingertips, your eyelashes, slowly shifting each pelvis, each hip, side to side. Noticing the sounds around you. Finding your body back in space. And when you're ready, slowly finding a fetal position on one side and shifting your weight here for a moment. With one hand, pushing yourself back up to a seated position. Taking a deep breath in. Sitting up tall, looking around you, and letting this last hour of relaxation and strength and balance sit with your body, reaching both of your hands to your heart. We'll close with 3 deep breaths. Drawing your hands to prayer and to your forehead. Namaste. Thank you for class today. This was Yoga with Seraphina. Welcome back to your body.